Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss about different types of rainfall. There are three types of rainfall: convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall and cyclonic rainfall. Convectional rainfall. Two conditions are necessary to cause convectional rainfall. First one, abundant supply of moisture through evaporation, and the second one, intense heating of ground surface through incoming solar radiation, means insolation. Let's see the process. Look at the picture. The ground surface is intensely heated due to enormous amount of heat received through solar radiation during the daytime. With the result, the air coming in contact with warm ground surface also gets heated, becomes warm, expands and ultimately rises upward. The ascending warm and moist air cools according to dry adiabatic lapse rate, means decrease of temperature at the rate of 10 degrees Celsius per 1000 meters. The moist air becomes saturated soon, and further ascent of air beyond saturation level causes condensation and cloud formation, cumulonimbus clouds, and thus rainfall starts. This type of rainfall is called convectional rainfall. This type of rainfall mostly occur in the equatorial regions, which experiences direct sun ray throughout the year. And this type of rain mostly occurs at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Come to the next type, orographic rainfall. Orographic, the words coming from Greek word oros, means mountain. Orographic rainfall occurs due to ascent of air forced by mountain barriers. Look at the picture. The mountain barriers lying across the direction of air flow, then the moisture-laden air to rise along the mountain slope, and thus lifted air mass cools according to dry adiabatic lapse rate, means decrease of temperature at the rate of 10 degrees Celsius per 1000 meters. The ascending air becomes saturated after reaching certain height and condensation begins. The slope of the mountain facing the wind is called windward slope and receives maximum precipitation, while the opposite slope is called the leeward slope or rain shadow region, because the ascending air after crossing over the mountain barrier descends along the leeward slope. The moisture present in the air is already precipitated on the windward slope, and thus there is very little precipitation on the leeward slope. For example, in India, the Western Ghats in the windward side get maximum moisture from monsoon, whereas in the leeward side there is a rain shadow area receiving very little rainfall. Okay. Next, cyclonic rainfall. It's also known as frontal rainfall. When two contrasting air masses like cold air mass and warm air mass coming from opposite direction converge along a line, then a front is formed. The warm wind is lifted upward along this front, whereas cold air being heavier settles downward. The warm air lying over cold air is cooled and gets saturated and condensation begins. Then clouds are formed. Thus rainfall starts. This type of rainfall It's known as cyclonic or frontal rainfall. Winter rainfall in northwest India is an example of cyclonic rainfall. Okay.